Hey guys, I'm the Fact Freak and welcome to this video, which is basically a reaction that we did over on Twitch. We stream there quite regularly and it's all about some accusations that were brought to Ian Moore on TikTok. Now obviously the purpose of this video is educational, but there should always be a trigger warning when it comes to my content. Please watch responsibly, and if it triggers you at all, please step away. There's zero pressure to continue to watch. Don't forget there are multiple ways to support the channel and they are listed below. Let's go. Right guys, so tonight's going to be a shorter stream than normal, to be fair, because the video I'm recording to is only about 17 minutes, but I'm going to recap you with some of my old shit to who Ian Moore is. This is what a deep dive used to look like. A 3-minute video on TikTok. That's what it used to be. A 3-minute video on TikTok. I wish it could go back to being that easy. So this was the deep dive I did into Ian Moore, and this must have been like fucking years ago, 4 years. Pardon me, 3-4 years ago, something like that, I don't know. So I'm going to refresh you. I can barely deal with it all, to be fair, but I deal with it with your guys' support. Right, anyway, let's listen to this. I do like the video that I respond to him afterwards a little bit more, that I'll show you.
You guys have asked for it. Here's my first deep dive into Ian Moore.
That will be quite me, but this time we took a girl, it's the wine from scene to team to scene. And just disturbing, don't come at me till you listen and you've heard it.
Yeah, so Ian was literally the king at one point on TikTok of making drama and talking to underage children. Now with this, it is
TikTok guidelines, I couldn't be saying that shit anymore.
literally being proved, and Ian actually doesn't deny it.
I'm just having a quick wank, Kieran.
Could you imagine me trying to put this on TikTok nowadays?
And I'll be going live again. Why won't you show me?
That's right, Chloe.
Kieran, come and sit on my face. I want you to be the first guy that I've rimmed. Never done it before. I want you to
Trigger warnings there, guys.
be my first.
Now, these DMs, these messages, you
There's a bit of a jump scare by me, though.
can find online very easily. It's really disturbing, and
The reason I wanted to recap this deep dive is because I believe that some of the new allegations, they've reused voice clips. They've reused voice clips. No, it isn't, Miss Bigot.
shows like grooming, basically. He is begging this guy for something and saying he will do this and that for him. It's really disturbing, and I'm glad that Ian Moore...
I wonder, did I gain a wrinkle for every fucking wrong I've dealt with in the 3 years since I filmed this video? Look at my eyes. I'm fucking done. I've seen some shit.
is now off
Fucking aged tremendously.
TikTok. But of course he moved on to YouTube, and the first thing he did was create some drama. Now the song I played you is actually a diss track
Just a bit.
by Callum Adams, or you might know him as TikTok, or
Tic-tac, you daft twat.
whatever. I love Callum. I follow Callum. But this guy started
Didn't even correct my mistakes back then. Didn't give a shit. There's your deep dive.
beef with him. And of course Callum served him in a disc track and a few videos too.
Call her Michelle. Thinks she's God's gift, yeah. So she thinks she's I'm so happy he's been banned. Let's go and ban her, shall we? Shall we have a
I remember when you did this. Look at the fucking OG fans, man.
little party go over on her page?
Probably. Creepy. Probably.
Give her a little bit of fun
I do find it a bit strange, yeah.
and games over there, and give her
But it just shows how much the deep dives have changed.
a little
Innit?
report.
So yeah, as you've seen there, obviously Callum
I'm sure this was my second deep dive. I'm sure my first one was Mark Feely. And then
watching his stuff and breaking it down.
Sure.
But that particular clip there, it's worth checking Callum's YouTube video out on Ian. He's literally encouraging.
There was a lot around the time. There was them, Ian, Lucy Rose, Brian Rose, Jordan Wheeler, Kev.
Encouraging people to mass report somebody on TikTok just because he has beef with them. Now, of course, you might have seen Ian's videos as well, where he shows massive amounts of food that he's about to eat.
He used to stream for like hours and hours and hours, drinking all night, and he used to say the most horrendous shit. I don't know if he still says the same stuff, but that's part of the deep dive. You can find them on my YouTube, but this will always tickle me. I've lost some of them, but this is one of the times that Ian Moore responded to my videos about him. And I live reacted to it, and it's fucking brilliant. Honestly, it was the first, to be fair, it was the first time I started getting noticed because I was having beef with him, and he did have a big following at the time.
Once again to this irrelevant TikToker.
Oh yeah, I was irrelevant, that's what he kept saying.
Let's see what he had to say.
I eat,
Hey.
and when I drink, no one tells me what to do. I will do as I wish, okay?
Ian, I know you're very good at letting points I make go over the top of your head, but what I actually said about your diet was that you're promoting an unhealthy lifestyle to other people, which I believe you do. And that is just my opinion, and that's
Oh God,
yours, and we're not going to disagree. I mean, mine is backed up by...
What year was this? I don't know. When I was first on TikTok, so maybe like 3-4 years ago, something like that.
medical science, but whatever. Let's move on.
And you said about a pound shop crown. This was £10 from Amazon, so you got that wrong as well, matey.
I mean, like, some jokes just write themselves. Like, you've got to remember, Ian, I only came after you and your pound shop crown because you decided to start having a go at me, didn't you? It is definitely in no way a brag that you paid £10 for that.
I've been roasting wrong-uns for a long time. Thank you, Rude.
Lives. Something you've probably never done in your life, okay? I've done 15-hour lives with my fans. You know fans?
Getting pissed for 15 hours was a brag.
15-hour lives.
I'm very happy, Ian, that you have long lives and that you enjoy it. But that in no way is going to affect me at all. I choose not to do 15-hour lives because I choose to do other things outside of TikTok.
I can barely do an hour. I fucking lose concentration.
You actually say in this video that it's not just because of the alcohol that you pass out. So it's nice to see you agreeing with what I've said, Ian.
The video you showed of where it said Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, okay? Now, when people say only Black Lives Matter, I think you're being a little bit sort of hypocritical to the rest of the world, aren't you, when you use that word?
Wow, Ian. I mean, just a bit of friendly advice. It would have probably been better for you to just not address this at all. Now, Black Lives Matter is about educating people who may be ignorant to what people have suffered in the past. You can't tell me that that isn't important. But whatever, I understand you like to be controversial.
He is asleep. Well, he's not asleep. He's got a bone at the minute, but he was asleep.
Got no argument there. You've got no argument at all.
At clockwork, falling asleep at 6 o'clock every night, fucking Merlin, I swear to God.
Mate, you've just been disrespectful to the rest of the world.
I'm really sorry, Ian, that you think I'm being disrespectful to the whole world by saying that I don't agree with racism and that I support a movement that encourages people to educate themselves about the subject.
It was really easy to go back and forwards with this fucking idiot.
Clearly you're not, because you don't know what you're talking about. And
Ian, do you know what you're talking about? You've replied to me and basically said you don't agree with health professionals over diet, exercise and food intake and alcohol intake. You've also agreed with me that you do pass out live because of alcohol and that you think the Black Lives Matter movement was not important.
So there we go. Da-da-da. Right, so this is the video that I was tagged in. It's going to be explicit, obviously. Probably Lewis, but the thing is, right, you can literally go onto YouTube and search Ian Moore AI and you'll find a lot of shit like this. Did it ages ago? Somebody sent me stuff ages ago and I just reverse searched it and found it. There's all sorts. I mean, there's Ian Moore singing.
About 15 years ago, in South End Council, I did wrong.
That doesn't sound like fucking Ian Moore, does it? But it's got Ian Moore's face in. You've got all sorts of different samples and scenes.
Enjoy your drink, enjoy your cigarettes, whatever you're doing, enjoy life. That's what matters at the end of the day. Get fucked, you know.
Yeah, so I'll be very interested to see how solid this evidence is anyway. I don't like him. He did try and turn his life around to do with his weight and his drinking and everything like that, but he still has no issue being around kids on the app, which is, you know, obviously always going to be concerning.
Before we start, this is a 14-minute video, and you need to watch it all to the end. If you can't watch it now...
Why is it in the noted voice? Is this actually noted, or is that just a common AI? Have a word with noted.
Please save to your device, and watch when you can. Ian will have this video...
There you go. I did what you said. I saved it to my device, and we're all watching it now.
...removed, so please save it for when you can watch it. This is serious evidence that people need to see and be aware.
You see, this person did come to me and said they had serious evidence and they were going to do a live about it and then go to the police. And my response to them was, you shouldn't be going to the police, not TikTok. If you have actual evidence of this guy being a child predator, then you should be taking it to the police and getting him done for it, not letting him know in advance all the evidence that you have. Like, it's...
of the dangers their children could be in. Thank you for being here and watching it all the way through. Hello and welcome. I'm here to expose the truth of Ian Moore, in full details. There is no exaggeration or false evidence here. Before we start, let me explain how we got to this situation. I've been undercover in Ian Moore's YouTube lives for about a month now.
Undercover?
Ian decided to message me via TikTok telling me how good my body is. He got very explicit before even asking my age. I decided
at the moment, this is all a story time.
To then reveal my age as 16 years old, which some may say isn't illegal. In the UK, the age of consent for sex is 16. However, the age to send explicit images via the internet is 18. It is a criminal offence to send explicit images.
Well, this is right. This is exactly what the law is. This is exactly the law, but there's a reason. There's a reason why decoys don't tell predators they're 16. Let's put it that way. I watch YouTube vids of creepy real stories with AI. This is making me tired.
Images to a minor, or even possess pictures of a minor. I will now read this to you. In the UK,
this is true. This is all true. This is all legally true.
It is illegal to send explicit images to a minor, regardless of whether the minor consents. This is because sending explicit images to a minor is considered sexting, which is a criminal offence. The protection...
Did you guys just see that? There was a fly on my bloody headset. I thought I was losing the plot. Did anybody see that? A fly literally just crawled around my headset. I've not just lost it, have I? I can't rewind this live. I don't know how to, like... That's just absolutely blew my mind. Is that like a... Is that a bad omen? No, you've lost it. I'm telling you now. There was
Children
something there.
Act 1978 and the Sexual Offence
Could be.
Act 2003 define a child as anyone under 18 for the purposes of indecent images. Indecent imagery can include nude or
What's this thing yesterday? Fred was talking. Oh, God.
semi-nude sexual posing. Someone touching themselves in a sexual way, while nude or semi-nude. As you can
You're right, I did lose it a long time ago. Oh, here we go.
see, this is Ian's TikTok. Ian will try.
That's correct. Now, this is what I did say to people, that if you're going to show screenshots of messages, you need to prove where the messages came from. So if it was me personally, I would screen record the messages and you clicking, you know, obviously you can click on the person's profile image on the messages and it will take you to their account to prove it is that account that is sending the messages. Thank you, Dark Prisoner, for the sub. It's our anniversary. Happy anniversary. Thank you for being here for 12 months.
Try and say they are fake DMs, and that we
Did he do that? Oh, that was really fucking difficult to see. Sorry, I need to watch and see whether we think that he definitely did that. Why is this now being funny?
touching themselves in a sexual way.
Oh, God. That's going to be great for YouTube later.
Touching themselves in a sexual way, while nude or semi-nude. As you can see, this is Ian's TikTok.
Yeah.
Ian will try and say they are fake DMs, and that we have changed the name. But you can clearly see this is Ian's account, and I swipe.
You think that looks legit? Very easy to change your nickname to his. It's a handle you can't copy. What was the handle at the top then? Okay, you need to mirror official 5.
Change the name. But you can clearly see this is Ian's account.
King, it's... Yeah, but you're lying. You're already lying in your messages. You said that Ian Moore messaged you to say about your body, but you've just shown the messages and you were the first person to message. Fuck me. Like, if this was a decoy, that would be classed as entrapment. King, it's Jamie from YouTube, remember? I told you I lost all access to my accounts. I made this TikTok about a week ago and have been looking for you. Finally, you came up on my FYP. Hi, Jamie, you okay? I'm okay, thanks, King. How are you? I'm good, thanks. Good to hear, King. I've been catching up with a lot of YouTube lives as I've been extremely busy. Okay, mate, hope you're enjoying them. It's not like, like, I don't know the laws around entrapment, but I know for sure that a decoy would never message a predator first. And you've already said in the start of the video that he messaged you. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense. You've got to be, your story has got to be 100% as you go along. It gets worse. Might do, but this doesn't check out so far. The account who made this video is a troll pretending to be a dead friend. Oh, lovely. That's why they haven't got the police then. It's not, the story isn't adding up to what they have said. And like I say, a decoy would never message a predator first.
And I swipe into chats. Whilst I was recording the...
Yeah, really enjoying them, mate. Good laughs, good. And then him, all for the King, just catches up a few live shit about Millen and Andy. The King still gaming, no loose for King and family.
Chats. You can see Ian is...
I'm sorry. Look at the notification up the top. Ian Moore, bet you got a nice bum. Right? But look... I mean, this is just... You know... This just isn't adding up, really. I've been Kim 9 I will be in a bit. No stream tonight.
messaging me via Instagram. He would...
That could be anybody, by the way, on Instagram. Exactly. It could be anybody.
do anything to deny the proof.
There's no evidence that that account is definitely his as well.
But you are witnessing this with
And none of these messages here are inappropriate.
your own eyes now.
I don't think it's wise to be messaging random people you don't know. But there's nothing inappropriate here.
As you are about to witness, Ian Moore turns normal innocent messages into sexually...
We'll see. Thanks for joining the live, mate. You're welcome. I did try and help, lol, but it's never happened to me before. I was getting annoyed, mate, as no one was answering in chat. You got it. All right, okay. You got a gorgeous body. Bet you'll get all the attention. Well, that's the message, isn't it? But they said that that message was the first thing sent to him, which it hasn't been. But still, that's obviously a horrendous comment. Yeah, sorry, I think the chat is slightly delayed from when you speak. Thanks, I get some attention, yes.
Frustrated messages. He starts by telling me, I have a gorgeous body. But don't be fooled. It becomes far worse and disturbing. As you can now see, he starts to ask if I'm a top or bottom.
Wait a minute. In none of these messages has anybody declared their age. Nobody's declared their age in these messages, right? Ian hasn't asked them their age. They haven't declared their age. So, for all we know, this person could be messaging Ian on an account that's clearly an adult. If Ian was looking at it, he'd be like, oh, that's videos of a man or, you know, a grown man or whatever. Why? This is ridiculous. This is when people say they have solid evidence. If this was a decoy chat, they wouldn't get a conviction. Looking forward to the live. Got a few times, guys, yes.
Is this something you'd ask a 16-year-old?
Thank you, Pecky, for the sub. That's 3 months. Thank you so much. Yeah, but here we go. Is that something you would ask a 16-year-old? You haven't told him you're 16, and he hasn't asked, to be fair. And, like... And maybe he hasn't asked because to him the profile he's seeing is clearly an adult.
You can see, I try to avoid the sexual conversation, but he persists with it, constantly bringing it in.
Well, saying, oh bless, oh bless, oh bless isn't persistently being sexual. I don't get that. And obviously the next message further down.
Into conversation. For the first few days Ian never asked for my age. Later down in the
you should have told him. If you were trying to decoy him, Ian, you should have told Ian as well. You should have made that clear. You shouldn't have also messaged him first.
Chats, I reveal my age to him. After revealing my age, you will see what happened.
1 second.
Ian tells me, and I quote, I'd love a go on you. Remember, I'm...
Where's he saying he's 16? Sorry, 1 second. I'm missing this age thing. He said he's just told them her age. Where?
But he persists with it, constantly bringing it into conversation. For the first few days Ian...
Well, they are leading, but I'm just wondering...
Never ask for my age. Later down in the chat...
But he says later down I reveal my age, and then look how it progresses. But he hasn't told him his age yet, so it's progressing without them knowing.
I reveal my age to him. After revealing my...
That isn't an age reveal. I've never had a compliment, lol, but I haven't been with many people. 3, 2 boys, 1 girl. I'm so tired from work. 16-year-old. But I mean, 16-year-olds do go to work, but those sort of things might make you think that this isn't a kid. They're tired from their job.
My age, you will see what happens. Ian tells me, and I quote, I'd love a go on you. Remember.
Yeah, but this is it, right? I'd love to go on it, right? So let's read the message beforehand. Yeah, it's hard work in this heat. I'm not used to working before, and heat makes it harder. I don't really have a type I go for personally, but I like older guys. Where's he revealing his age? What's he doing, Merlin? Where's he revealing his age? So he just said, after I reveal his age, and he says, and I quote, "I'd love to have a go on you." Well, there's a message from Ian saying, "I'd love to have a go on you," but there is no message previous saying that he's 16. So you are purposely misleading what evidence is in front of everybody.
I'm 16 years old.
You haven't said that. It's not in the chat. Oh, I'd love a go on you. I'd let you any day. I'm telling you now, decoys would not speak to a predator like that either.
Before now, Ian didn't.
Imagine a decoy saying to a predator, "I've had sex with 2 guys and done everything else. I'm 16, King. Is that okay?" So now he said that he's 16. So the guy commentating said that he said he was 16 previously, but he didn't. He's saying it for the first time here. Is that okay? Most guys don't want me when they know my age. And I think I'm more grown up than my age. I thought you were older than that. Too
Stephen
young
asked
for
my
me.
age. I decided to tell him. Ian then replies saying I'm too young. This is a defense to make.
Oh, that's a shame. I like older guys. Yeah, sorry, mate. I thought he was about 20 at least. Like I say, it could be messaging from an account where the profile looks like an adult. No, sorry, King. Can I still watch your lives? Yeah, you can watch the lives. So as soon as he knows the age, he's saying no thanks. Regardless of what commentary you've put out, which is completely not what's in front of you.
Himself look good. If I was too.
Make himself look good? He's just done the right thing. You said you were 16, you went, "You're too young." Sorry. Like.
Young, why did he persist? The reason.
You persisted. You persisted. You talked as actual as he did.
He says, I'm too young, is to fool you guys in case of exposure. He doesn't care about my age.
Okay, cool. Well, that's opinion. Hopefully I do a long week of working. It's been very warm, mate. Neither do I. It's awful. I mean, if I was Ian personally, not that I would be in this position anyway, but if somebody then said I was 16, I would just... There would be no more small talk after that. And there is small talk going on here. It's not inappropriate, but it's small talk. I would have been out.
You will soon see this when we move to Instagram.
I'm not keen on Ian as well, but this definitely is stretching.
I decided to tell him, was meeting another lad.
Can one of my mods have a look and see if Ian Moore's Instagram is verified, please? I got a blue tick like mine.
This is where he starts.
I feel tired, mate. I'm going for an afternoon now. Chat later. Hope you have a nice time later, Jamie. Yes, speak later, definitely. Won't be on too late, etc. Okay, mate.
To ask questions. Please remember.
You're sending him loads of messages and he's giving you hardly anything.
This point Ian knows. I'm 6.
Yeah, but there's nothing inappropriate here. Hi, King. It was such a good night last night. Fell asleep after I got home. Glad you had a good time. How old was he? So, hey, hang on a minute. He's just trying to skip. He's just trying to skip a part there where he's told Moore that he's just had relations with an older dude.
Was meeting another lad. This is where he starts.
So that's leading again.
To ask questions. Please remember.
Going out at 10 to see it. 1 second. Speak later, definitely. I won't be out too late. I finish work at 3:30 and we'll be going out after naps. Will probably be home at 11. Going out at 10 to see him. Can't wait. Messages have been deleted. That doesn't make sense. Ian bought me. Fair enough. He obviously sent gifts to him. Probably making small talk. Maybe it's not verified. Okay. The thing is, that doesn't make sense there. Going out at 10 to see him, can't wait. I'm going to ask him to kiss me all... You are leading. You are leading. This is entrapment. Exactly what 16-year-old speaks like that. You would not find a decoy in the hunting team speaking like that. 100%. Like you said, you wanted to do. Yeah, before you said you were 16 and Ian said, oh, I'm sorry, you're too young. I'll be thinking of you. Oh, okay, mate, hope you have a good one. That's just, I mean, fucking awkward, isn't it?
At this point Ian knows I'm 16.
I'm not arsed, Patrick. I don't know who the fuck you are, so if you want me to get involved in whatever your drama is over there, I'm not couldn't care less.
16 years old. Ian.
He said, I'm happy for you, mate. I'm off to bed now. Okay, King. So he's putting out to Ian that even though I'm 16, I am comfortable with being an older man. And, oh, I've just been with an older man and da-da-da-da-da. He is trying so hard to get Ian on the hook here. It really is, in my opinion.
Asks me if the lad done as I asks. He then goes on.
Where? He didn't ask that at all. He didn't ask that at all. He says, cool night, buddy. Speak later at night. Yeah, definitely. I need to get myself some action myself. Get some, King. I'm sure someone will come over your house and give you some action. Too many time wasters. Would you allow someone to come over?
On to tell me how he needs action.
I would definitely come over. And the second time Ian says, you're too young, mate. You know what I mean? Oh, okay.
Ian then tells
Shame, really. And then Ian once again saying, I thought you were between 19 and 20.
me I'm legal, but people would talk if they found.
I just had a 32-year-old. It was really fun. No, I'm 16. Sorry, King. You are legal, but people would talk. Who, if they found out what you get up to with that guy? So not with Ian, that guy. Ian's saying if people found out what you have just done with this guy that you have told me about, people would talk and people would find it strange. And I can bet you any bottom dollar that this commentator now says that he's talking about him.
Found out. Remember, he knows my age now.
Oh my God, yeah, and he still told you you're too young. I mean, this bit, you shouldn't be asking this. You shouldn't be asking this, Ian, to be fair. But he has been led on and led on and led on, but still. Like I say, the first time that he said he was a certain age, you should have cut him off there and then. But this guy, I don't want to call him a decoy because it's an insult to decoys, but this person has been leading him on, leading him on, leading him on, leading him on. But what Ian's saying there, that's bang out of order.
And he's still continuing.
But whether the police would look at that as him being led on, entrapment, probably.
With the sexual conversations, when we move to Instagram, he will realise Ian doesn't care about.
Yeah, we took turns on each other, was it? Oh, God. Yeah, he's completely fucking gone off the reservation now, isn't he? Completely gone off the reservation, and that's a very polite way of saying it.
At my age, whatsoever. And it's all a tactic to make himself look good. Ian.
I don't think this is a tactic to make anybody look good, my God.
Goes on to tell me how younger lads catfish him to try and get him in trouble. He does this regularly.
What happened there? The image changed.
Considering he's been stung multiple times. This is the
It's not saying he's been stung.
second times in 3 months I have stung him with minors.
So sorry. But yeah, it did look like it skipped some messages there, didn't it? It jittered. But also the thing is, if you're really clever with editing, you could have shown you going into the messages and then cut it to being scrolling down with some other messages where you're just showing the username. It's a difficult one because there is always people who are smart enough to edit this stuff.
He continues to call me gorgeous, and this is where we move to Instagram. On Instagram is where it gets very disturbing. Please brace yourself.
What I was going to say there before I got distracted was he just went, and this is like, I've stung him so many times with underage people, but has provided no evidence of that statement. But still, this right here, the way the chat's gone now, nah, not good on either side. I do think it's been leading, but like I said, Ian, as soon as the guy said he was 16 and he said it was too young, there should have been no small talk. Should have been none, should have been blocked. Especially clearly knowing what the motive of the conversation was.
For this,
Pardon
I'm
me.
sorry it's taken long, but we needed to go
Some of this I cannot read. It's too graphic, to be honest.
over the start of the situation before we get to the serious stuff. On Instagram, Ian becomes very sexual towards me.
And so he gives out the Instagram account.
Something I've never seen before. It gets worse each time. I will not.
Okay, I want to know how many followers Ian Moore's account has right now. Yeah, come on. Ian Moore's not just going to have 77 followers. Like, that's his actual account. Sorry, the green screen's going to be making that funny. But he's got the King Ian Moore official account on Instagram, which just got links to all of his different things like that. His PO box, everything like that, 400 odd followers. He's not going to have he's not going to have that many followers at all. Like, such little followers. One second, I'm just having a little look myself. I think I might have him blocked, to be honest, which will show which one it is. Yeah, it is that one. 400 odd followers. Bonjour, Coral. I don't know what you're sending me, but because I'm doing this. He has 76 followers. Not this. That isn't his actual account on Instagram. That isn't his actual account. One second. I'll show you his actual one. Gives us. Oh no, I don't know how to send that to myself. Pandora, will you send me it on WhatsApp, please? I'll show you guys. It is definitely. Whoops. Yeah, can you send it on? Can you send it on WhatsApp though? Or not? This fake one has 76 followers, but that's not his actual account. I mean, do you really think Ian Moore is going to have 76 followers only on Instagram? I'll send it to myself, Pandora, it's alright. I think. I'll race you. It isn't a real account at all. One sec. There you go, I've got it. That's his Instagram account. It doesn't matter if Nick follows it. Nick's an old dude who doesn't get technology. He's probably followed all of fucking Ian's accounts. Is that how you're verifying Instagram accounts? This is his actual... It's got all of his links and everything like that and videos that have been filmed direct onto Instagram. That is his official account. Sound as angry as me. I don't understand how anybody would be like, oh yeah, that's definitely Ian Moore's account, with 77 followers. I'm sorry, like, absolutely not. I don't believe that for a second. I'm going to have a look at this particular account for a sec. On who? I mean, come on. Who the fuck's fallen for this? Oh my God. I mean, come on. Right, so I know this as somebody who's got a YouTube account, right? If you want to put your official YouTube link in, you have to sign in to your YouTube through the thing and give it access permission. So this is somebody who's put up a thing. I know, but I can't open those Insta links on here. This is where somebody's just trying to put, like, you know how you would copy and paste anybody's YouTube and send it? It's not adding the actual play button because you can't sign into it. This is fucking, honestly. And it's also posting Ian Moore memes. Like, make it make sense. I don't know. To me, that doesn't check out. To me, that doesn't check out. There are a lot of fake accounts made of him, 100%. It's private for me. Oh, well, there we go. Maybe it's just switched private because I just looked at it.
Not speak now. Please pause when needed.
Hey, hi King, you okay? I'm okay. I don't think this is Ian Moore's Instagram. Does that mean the decoy sent an indecent image? Decoy sent in the first picture. I know, like I say, calling them a decoy is an insult to decoys. This is ridiculous. What? To see more, I want to see something. So this is fair. This video is like 2 minutes long, and at the end So, a decoy is sending sexually explicit videos of themselves to a potential predator. Like, are you absolutely for real? Like, this is a joke. This has got to be a joke. My God. Leave it to the professionals, like, honestly.
Well, it's quite thick today.
That's video I blurred was Ian masturbating in a video to me knowing
I'm not being funny, but there's a lot of there's a lot of videos of Ian Moore sounded out of breath. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you know, shots fired towards myself. Also, you don't know whether Ian Moore has sent a video of this nature in a consensual context to somebody who has then taken the video to use in this. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. And this is why I am extremely wary when people come to me and go, I've got evidence that this person is this, I'm going to put it on TikTok, and then I'm going to go to the police. Alright, okay, mate.
16. This makes him a pedophile.
No, it doesn't. Well, yeah, but he'd have to get a conviction, and he isn't going to get convicted from this based on the way you've done your chat. A lot of people these days are doing this. Well, yeah.
Sending videos to a minor is
You send videos first, pal. And that is not Ian Moore's account. Like 76 followers.
pedophilia, which Ian took part in. I'm now showing proof that this is my
Alright, go on then.
Instagram Jamie.
Why are you not showing me that it's proof of his account? Well, this is the thing, you see. If he sent it consensually to somebody that's being shared around, you know what I mean?
The same as the account I use for YouTube.
Yeah, but
Ian continuing with his disgusting messages to a minor. After sending explicit images to a minor, which is a criminal offence. For the people that think this is edited, even after hearing him in the video I blurred, I got Ian to send me a pic of his PS5. This is...
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Sorry. That's evidence that this guy's a nonce. That he sent a picture of his PlayStation 5 to somebody. I'm sorry. I can't. Like, he could have sent that. He could have sent that picture to fucking anybody, and then it just gets sent to whoever's doing this. Like, what? To prove it was Ian Moore, I got a picture of his PlayStation 5. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck
without a
this
doubt
is all
proof
about.
this is Ian Moore. The reason I got him to send me a PS5 pic to
Please explain.
prove this is Ian. This cannot possibly be edited.
And you can also send photos like this on view once that's in your gallery, so before they fucking say that it has to be a live picture, that's bullshit as well. Like, that works on Snap, not Insta.
Considering I open it directly from the chat. As you can see,
Like I said, that could be sent from anywhere. Like, there's the PlayStation 5. Get him! Whoop, whoop, it's the sound of the beast. Get him. Like, that could have been sent to anybody at any time. This is the most pathetic piece of evidence I've ever seen put up. Like, I don't, honestly, I cannot.
this is the PS5 Slim that Ian Moore uses for his gaming lives on
I get it. I really can't. Yeah, I am Ian Moore's PlayStation.
YouTube. Here Ian tells me to delete the chats, so my dad doesn't see them. This
I mean, once again, this is not Ian Moore's Instagram account. He had fucking 70 odd followers or something.
is instant signs of guilt. Knowing full well what he's doing is illegal and holds serious
And then you send more pictures. That ain't you.
consequences. He knows if my dad sees the messages, he will be arrested for pedophilia. Persisting
Has he been arrested? I'm going to assume no.
in asking me how many times a day I'm wank and asking to see videos of me wonking.
Wonking. Sorry, this is super serious.
Videos of someone under 18 is classed as child porn. So this is
Yeah, we went through that at the start, but like this, there's no evidence that this is his account. You just said it was his account. And then the biggest crucial part of evidence was a picture of a PlayStation 5. I cannot deal with this. I really can't.
illegal to ask for.
This is why when I get approached by people, I want to smash my head against a wall when somebody tells me they have solid evidence.
But wait till
And I would have had a whole dialogue for them to go, yeah, look, this is a PlayStation 5. It's his. This is the proof.
we get down in the chat. It gets more serious and disturbing. Ian says, and I quote, I only got to see it quickly, with a sad face. trying to guilt trick me into sending
Guilt trick. Trip, not trick.
him more videos of me.
And once again, no evidence this is his account.
Considering he knows I'm 16 years old, this is where it gets serious. Ian has asked
Why does he keep saying this is where it gets serious? This thing, it'll be the most shocking. This is when it gets serious. Now this is when it gets crazy. Now I can't believe what happens next. Honestly, mate.
to see a video of me fucking someone. Considering I'm 16 years old,
Yeah, but you're just messaging yourself on some account. Nobody, like, there's no evidence that this is his Instagram.
this is classed as child porn. Ian wants to see it, so I decided to continue to see how far he would take this request. After saying it's a grey area, because I'm 16, even though it's fully illegal and child porn, he decided to ask if I ever hear anyone fucking at home.
Do you know what? If you are the person who made these messages or, like did this or whatever, you're sick in the head. Your devices need checking because you've illustrated one hell of a disgusting and disturbing chat that, you've tried to make it as bad as possible to obviously make him look as bad as possible. But that came from your mind. That came from your mind. And this is, we're not even halfway through the video, really, to be honest. And this is just, like I said, there's been zero proof this is his account. When I looked at it, it had 76 followers. Didn't look very legit. You know what I mean? Next thing we see, we need to make sure they have a PlayStation 5 to know it's them, exactly.
Who asks this to a 16-year-old child? I decided to tell Ian was meeting a lad my age.
This is where it's getting dangerous nowadays, man. It's getting dangerous, people being set up.
16. Ian then told me exactly what he wants from me in videos of me having sex. Bear in mind to 16-year-olds and a video is full on child porn, and Ian
The thing is, with this, because they've faked this so much, even though the TikTok messages looked more legit, now I'm seeing this. It makes me then further question what we saw from the TikTok messages. You know what I'm saying? Actually, man.
describes exactly what he wants to see. I'll let you read. He then asks how hard I am and wants to see. Once again, Ian Moore is asking to see
Imagine sending these messages backwards and forwards to yourself.
child porn, which he claims is a grey area. Anyone under the age of 18 doing sexualized stuff in a video is child porn, and is a criminal offence. Here Ian admits to the key in voice notes. Remember,
Oh, that's handy. That's handy. Something that you've already set him up with before. You just managed to, in the middle of all this, after he's done the deed and done all that sort of stuff, he just happens to tell the 16-year-old that, oh yeah, all the other stuff, that was all true as well. I'll just put that in here as, like, honestly, this is becoming more and more ridiculous. Like,
Ian has been caught doing this multiple times. For the people trying to defend Ian still, let me read this to you.
The Serious Crime Act. I know what the Serious Crime Act is, but if it doesn't apply to what evidence you're putting out there, then it's completely null and void. You're just shocking people with the law. Sarah, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you.
Make it very clear. Serious Crime Act 2015.
This person has been very graphic and explicit. What 16-year-old speaks like this? Without any crude, surely you can tell difference between a boy and a man. Well, I don't even want to think about that, but yeah.
Finally, Section 67 of the Serious Crime Act 2015.
Well, yeah, that's the law, mate, but it's still... You improved it.
Defines sexual communication with a child as an illegal offence. The kind of illegal communication outlined in this piece of legislation doesn't just cover sexting, but anyone over 18 that is sending sexual messages or images to a child is committing.
You've already gone over this. You've already gone over this, but you haven't proved it.
Committing an offence as outlined by this act. Before we continue, as you can see here,
I can't believe there's more of this.
I waved the law in Ian's face to no avail. He still persisted in saying it's not illegal and straight away asked if I've ever heard people fucking in my house. This is clear signs Ian is a pedophile. Avoiding
I'd say it's clear signs you are. Like, I just find it really weird that you've created this graphic chat. You have not proved that this is Ian. Not at all. Like I say, I was 50-50 on the TikTok messages, more, to be honest, thinking that you might have been BS in there and there's some editing and stuff going on there based on this. Because this is, he ain't proved anything. This is just, shocking allegations that people are going to go, oh my goodness. But actually, when you look at it and you look at the black and white of it, where's the evidence this is Ian's account?
the evidence right in front of his nose and redirecting the conversation to my family members. In these messages, Ian had just come off of a YouTube live where I was flirting with him in the comments.
A live.
He told me I shouldn't flirt in his lives. Why do you think that is? It's because he doesn't want people to know.
This is all... This is just messages between potentially him. Right now, let's look at this. A clip from Ian's live hiding the fact he's been grooming me for a week. Like, I'm sorry, I can't wait to hear how a clip from his live confirms that. Even without the instant messages are very questionable as they initialise the conversation, they push and push. Ian did say very unacceptable things, but this would never stand in court. It's very leading. Exactly.
Behave yourself, Jamie. Come on. Rein it in, Jamie. I think you need a 5-minute timeout, Jamie. Calm down, yeah?
I asked him.
What the hell's that proof of? That's proof that Ian Moo's been grooming you. I'm sorry, I've heard Ian say stuff like that in his lives all the time. Somebody's speaking, rudely, and you could have called somebody to see you next Tuesday in the chat, and he's just like, come on, Jamie, you need to calm down, do you need a timeout? There'd be so many reasons that Ian could give for making that statement. Honestly, this is what annoys me about people coming to me and speaking, I've got evidence, and then you ask for it and you get that. It could be any Jamie, exactly, that's another point.
Ian, why do you keep deleting chats? And he replied by saying, I don't want someone seeing them.
Once again, this has not been proved to be Ian.
Shows he is guilty and knows full well what he's doing. He even said, because of your age, this shows he knows.
I don't think you can get people charged for entrapment. You can report people for making false allegations, but I don't think this person has actually taken this to the police. Probably we know exactly why they haven't. So it would be like a civil case of like slander, but that's a very expensive legal case that nobody really wants to get, spend money on.
I am too young to be having these conversations with. Ian also
But you've been pretty graphic ever since, like all the way through this.
Stated he's old enough to be my dad. These are all alarm bells that Ian is a pedophile.
These are all alarm bells that you potentially wrote this chat out. It's horrible.
And knows what he's doing. Once again, I waved the law in front of Ian's nose. Again to no avail, Ian continued and tried to justify his behaviour because people on Grindr do it too. Very sick pedophilia behaviour. Ian said, I need to find people my own age. Again, this is in case he gets exposed. But he still hasn't learnt.
I'm sorry. After talking, as you say, as you allude to, graphically for you for like a week or something in your 16-year-old, you think him putting a sentence in, I need to find older people, would somehow protect him from any exposure if this was legitimate? Honestly, this is so weak, man.
Even though I've waved the law in his face, he continues with his sexual behaviour towards me. It's clear. Ian is a pedophile. He doesn't care about age, nor does he care about the law. Ian is the definition of a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Like, how much could they have sent these messages? How long did they take to do this?
A man that pretends to be nice and innocent, but behind closed doors, is a cunning, evil, sick and twisted man.
Thought about a wolf in sheep's clothing, which means nothing.
I had a normal conversation with Ian, and straight away he starts asking what boxes I've got on, then asks if I'm naked. When I said yes, he asked to see what I was wearing. I find this very sick.
You were naked, why would he ask to see what you were wearing?
Considering he knows full well what he's doing is wrong. The reason you see me asking for voice notes is so I can prove to you all this is really Ian. Ian refuses to give voice notes.
Oh, convenient.
But I didn't give up. Eventually I got a voice note, and you will see how disturbing Ian is towards a 16-year-old. Ian tells me he needs to suck dick. Why did he need to bring this into an innocent conversation?
Wait a minute. Are they going to use the voice notes from like 4 years ago?
There was no need for him to say this. He constantly...
Yeah, I know this. These voice notes have been out for ages, and they are not...
brings sexual conversation into everything.
It's going to be pretty gruesome, by the way. I've heard it before.
So I decided to tell him to meet me. I now wave the law in his face once again, and he...
Why would you be... That doesn't make sense. The whole waving the law in his face. Like, I don't understand why he keeps saying that. And
tries to manipulate me by saying I've played a part in it too. By law, the minor isn't at fault due to legally not actually being able to give consent. So the adult in the situation is always at fault, as they are responsible.
Yeah, Jen, that's a really good point. I'm not going to read that out though, but people can see the comments.
For what they have done. And the minor cannot legally give consent. Just to prove minors cannot give consent, I will read this to you. Minors cannot give consent, so if they willingly...
Why does this guy keep pointing out the bloody obvious?
...send images to...
Just to stretch out the video.
An adult, that adults can still be charged with a crime. As Ian says, my age is a concern. If my age was a concern, why did he send me explicit videos? The reason Ian doesn't want to meet is because he is very much an internet person. Scared he will be confronted...
Very much an internet person.
...by a troll. If not worse, the...
I am very much an internet person.
...police or a sting group.
I get to be extrovert and have silly headphones.
He knows he's doing wrong, and still willingly goes on with it. Now for the solid evidence, this is Ian Moore. Ian wanted to see me come, so I asked for a voice note. Brace yourself for this disgust.
You know what the really horrible thing is? When I hear this voice note, I will know whether it's an old voice note because I have heard so many of them in the past.
Voice note sent to what he believed all along to be a 16-year-old child.
And remember, the voice note, they could have just recorded this, you know what I mean?
Imagine my tongue licking around the teat of your cock, yeah.
Yep. Oh no. I've heard these, man. I've heard these. They were sent consensually to somebody of age. Like, these have been out on the internet for a long time.
Keys in your bell end. Yeah, biking my tongue right the way down your shaft, down towards your nice...
This is just proving... I want to put this on YouTube at some point, so I'm definitely not going to play all that voice note. But I have heard this. I have heard this before, and this is an old voice note. I don't understand why somebody would put an old voice note in here when you're trying to trick people or whatever.
Smooth balls.
Dad nearly saw my...
I'm going to keep... I had to. It is old. It is.
...phone. And once again Ian panics, knowing full well this is illegal and my dad could get him in serious trouble. Ian then told me we should stop speaking, but again this is a tactics to make himself look good.
This now was definitely just somebody messaging themselves.
Ian told me if I cared I would clear all the chats. Clear the chats, so there is no evidence. This shows Ian knows exactly what he's doing and wants me to get rid of any evidence he's a pedophile. As you can see here, he has deleted multiple chats, but Ian tried to say
once again
that sexting a 16-year-old is a grey area, and that I'm an adult. By law I am still a child, but Ian seems to think he's above the law.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think the dad would be shocked to see a 16-year-old talking the way he was as well.
He told me it's
Saying that he met 32-year-old men and had sex with them.
fine, because he sees me as a young adult.
If you're watching this on YouTube, it definitely got demonetized, so the least you can do is hit that like button and leave a comment.
Very concerning behavior.
No way this is getting monetized on YouTube.
But you will see Ian deleting chats in the next screen recording. Ian randomly started to ask me if the video I sent him was live. Obviously, it wasn't even a real video. This shows his mind wanders off to sexual places constantly. I'm
Honestly, the stretch is real.
Ian telling him to meet me, as he's very much an internet person fridged to actually meet people.
Hello, my name is FactFreak. I'm an internet person.
As you are about to witness,
I am very much an internet person.
Ian has fully admitted to the voice notes being him. So he cannot use the excuse that these are AI voice notes.
Yeah, they are him. They were sent ages ago. One second.
They are solid evidence it's him, and I have another voice note coming up. I showed it.
Look at this. This is ridiculous. It's clearly not his account.
Ian's Instagram for proof it is him behind these messages. Here I basically started to tell Ian I don't want to speak to him no more, and I just want to be friends. But Ian started to
This is me telling him that I don't want to speak to you anymore. Are you acting again? I mean, that's a funny way of saying I don't want to speak to you anymore.
threaten me with blocks. This is a tactic to try and make me feel guilty and stay with him. I've sped this part up as I want to get to the voice note.
I'll bet you do. Yeah, speed past the evidence.
So you can hear how
Evidence.
twisted this man is. This is where
This will be another one of these voice notes that came out around the same
Ian
time.
threatens me with more blocks. But just wait until you hear the voice notes, where he tries to make me feel guilty. The voice notes are coming up now. Brace yourself for how Ian tries
Brace yourself.
to manipulate a 16-year-old.
Are you guys braced? I think I'm braced.
I never said I wanted a relationship with you. You're talking about relationships. Yeah, I'm not frigid either. You know, at the end of the day, you're saying twice to me, "Oh, your dad might see the messages." That's not right, is it? It's not right at all. You know, your phone should be locked. You know, you should be covering yourself. You know what I mean? But I don't know. You know how much I think of you and how much I like you, and I really like you. But you know, how do I know I can trust you? You know what I mean? Because so many people have, you know, let me down or knifed me in the back. You know what I mean?
As heard Ian really likes me. A 16-year-old boy. He told me it's
You see, they've already shown evidence that are things that have been sent to other people at different times. So we have still no idea who that was sent to originally. Was that sent? Is the context of messages missing? Did he message Ian on a different account? Is this something? But he's talking to an ex-mod, Daniel Jackson. Well, that's what I thought that was from, because I'm sure I've heard that before. And I'm sure, you know, like, for example, if it was sent to Daniel Jackson, which was somebody of age that Ian was having a thing with, and he's talking about how, you know, my dad's on my phone all the time or something like that, or my dad saw something, there can be explanations for things like that. It could have been sent to anybody, basically. Well, I suppose I'm going to end this live stream here. I would like you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, to obviously tell me what you think in the comment section below. Do you buy this? I think this is extremely questionable. And I'm not surprised that they didn't go to the police with this evidence, because Right, okay, I am going to head off now, guys. I will catch you on the flip-flop, and I'll see you Twitch people back here tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Peace.